What's up, nerds? It's Pat from the Nerd You're Looking For podcast, and it's Friday, so I'm back for another episode of my blind walkthrough of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I'm really kind of hoping that we're past the tutorial phase of this game, because I'm really looking forward to it being this open world RPG. That's what sold me on this game, and so far it hasn't been that. So I'm hoping that once we kind of get through some of these earlier episodes, we're going to kind of get to explore a little bit more.
You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
So that was a pretty easy objective.
They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes.
Yeah, I mean, I love RPGs. They're my favorite types of games. I get lost in these games.
Fine reputation. It's a great loss.
So he basically just, literally, as I'm talking about how I don't want this game to hold my hand, he literally walked me to the kitchen. He did everything but hold my hand.
Lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master?
There's the blood on my shirt again from earlier.
Fill. And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, my lady.
Jesus.
Young Henry here is overwhelmed.
She's the boss.
Yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
So I'm going to try to do a better job of not talking so much during the cutscenes.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
You're not my mom. Stop telling me what to do. Those were pretty easy objectives. Like, I'm digging this game if it's going to be that easy. No, of course, I like a challenge. Okay, yeah, I want to eat. Okay, it's not wise to ignore hunger. The longer Henry doesn't eat, the weaker he gets. Okay, cool. I guess I didn't want to read that after all. Can I just eat them, though? Or do I just take things and then I have to actually go into my inventory to eat it? Just taking all this shit. I will take all the roasted duck, please. Except for I think I'm might pass out before I even get a chance to eat it. What's in this? Is this canteen? Can I take this? Shit, yeah. We're gonna get crunk. Alright, can we sit? Yeah, and we're gonna eat a little bit. How do I get into my inventory? Okay, well, it already answered me. Oh, okay, eat. I have to hold it. So, where's the other stuff? Oh, okay, here's. How do I know when I'm no longer hungry? Oh, it tells you down there. Duh. But that didn't seem to do anything. I think we're good. Yeah, we're not hungry anymore, so I think we're good. Now I'm just super sleepy. You've eaten too much. You won't get hungry for a much longer time now, but you'll be heavy-handed and clumsy. Well, it doesn't stay on the screen long enough for me to read. So where else am I supposed to go? I'm supposed to go to this lodge? Maybe talk to her? Am I supposed to talk to her?
Hey, look out.
Don't tell me what to do. Okay, so the lodge is this way. Right? Yeah, I think we're going the right way. Yeah, we are. If you're tired, your stamina and eloquence will also gradually decrease. God damn it, I can't talk right now. Let's go ahead and close this door because we're going to go to sleep. It's time for a little nap. Everybody loves naps. I am a huge fan of naps. How long do you want to sleep? Let's go ahead. Nope. Let's go ahead and sleep for 8 hours. But yeah, like I was saying earlier, I think we probably should have slept for longer than that because it's going to be really dark out when we get up. So I don't know if that was such a good idea. But like I was saying earlier, or trying to say before we got to another cutscene.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry.
He's only been in this town for a little bit and he's already got himself a new girlfriend.
My lady. No, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
We all know what brings her here.
I thought you could do with a little wine.
Let's get tipsy.
It's just what you need to help you sleep.
Bitch, I was already sleeping.
Thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to. But to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace. To let you know you're not alone.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very new and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world. Although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time.
This is a snooze fest.
It can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Oh, you're done now? Can I talk? Is it my turn yet? Nah, I'm gonna give him a few more seconds. And then I'm gonna try to say the thing that I've been trying to say this whole time. No, I mean I love RP. Let's just go ahead. Let's get this over with.
I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands. I went to the tavern to buy ale for Father. I know it's a job for a groom, but I didn't mind, because my girl Bianca worked there. I courted her a while and we agreed to meet in the evening, but our meeting was never to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Dear boy.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig. The sword was taking shape when Sir Radzig himself came to have a look at it. He praised Father's work and said that with his smithing skills, he could easily make a living in Prague or Vienna.
You don't say.
I like that depending on what we say,
Ready to attack the town.
depends on what we get as far as... let's go ahead with this one.
Sigismund's cavalry was composed of Cumans. They're diabolical barbarians from the east, with no regard for the rules of warfare, bloodthirsty cutthroats. The very fact Sigismund has them with him shows what a tyrant he is.
Well.
Oh, shit. That didn't work out.
Death descended on Skalitz.
Let's try this
I saw
one.
Deutsch trying to defend himself. The man who'd mocked King Wenceslas as a drunkard and praised Sigismund now stood facing his soldiers with nothing but a pitchfork, trying to protect his wife and son. It was hopeless. He slaughtered them all.
That's so sad.
I
Yeah.
ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
I barely made it, though.
I needed a horse to get to the safety of Talmberg and to warn you all.
And with all that was happening.
So he's not good at the, I don't know what it's called, but the crossy swords. We're gonna go with crossy swords.
It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her.
Oh shit.
I wanted to help her. God knows I wanted to, but even though I had the sword we made for Sir Radzik, they had me outnumbered and they were well armed too.
I ain't no liar.
I only just managed to grab one of their horses and ride off. I couldn't help her any more than I could have helped my parents.
It wasn't your fault.
I'll never forget.
He could have done more.
It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
That's terrible. How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through...
Does your husband know that you're in my room right now?
It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed
What was
many
that?
of our men, even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
Aw, shit.
That's awful.
So you're not married
I was
anymore.
18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert.
What's the mess?
didn't know
Like,
what
what's
to
her
do.
what's her deal with her hair right
We
down
went to
there?
Prague to
What's the
appeal
mess
to
with
the
that?
king, and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone, and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years. That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time
That
for
seems
me
like
at
a
all.
very
But at least we were
important
in the
title.
city, there was something going on. And now, we're here.
Could you hear the sarcasm in my voice?
You're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true.
What?
But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
We should cuddle. He could be the big spoon. Henry's a good big spoon.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
Fix that shit with your hair. Are we done now? I really hope that we get to a point, maybe it'll be next video, where I don't get interrupted every 2 seconds by cutscenes. Like, we can actually go out and adventure, because like what I've been trying to say, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get stopped by another... Oh, we're having a dream. I was like, what the fuck is happening with the game? But that was just we're having a nightmare. I really love getting kind of lost in RPGs. I think I did that with Fable 2 or 3, I can't remember. But like, I literally got a job in Fable as a bartender, and would, like, because I was at college at the time, I would go from class to my actual part-time job in real life, and then I would get home and spend the few free hours I had bartending in a made-up game.
Wake up. You don't want to miss this.
So I love RPGs.
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Nice. So I hope that we kind of get past this part of the game. I mean, it's important. We need to know some backstory. We need a tutorial. We need to know how to do everything. But I want to go out and explore. I want to get a horse. I want to kind of ride on the countryside and all this good stuff. And that's not happening. Was I supposed to get... Oh, I was supposed to get a torch, right? Yep. I forgot that. Because I was... Can I light it by the candles? I guess not. That's fine. Oh, I do have to actually. I guess I don't have to light it by the candles as long as I... Where the hell am I supposed to go? But yeah, I would literally, like, just do that for weeks on end, and I would just get the currency within the Fable, in the Fable game, and that's not... And I would just buy shit. I was a real estate mogul in Fable, and I would literally buy it. I think it wasn't Fable 2, I think it was Fable 3, where there's like this big hub. Like at the very beginning of the game, it's one of the first places that you can get to and explore. I own like everything in there, and I was renting it out to all these vendors. Am I supposed to talk to him? No?
Tell the people outside the walls to prepare for attack. Quickly.
Okay, I'm supposed to talk to him. Thought I was supposed to talk to the main guy. So I'm really hoping that we get to a certain point, hopefully in the end of this video, that we can finally start exploring.
What's going on?
I don't know. It doesn't make sense. Why would Sigismund advance on Talmud in the night? Especially since he's lost the element of surprise after the raid on Skalitz.
Maybe it's not him.
That would make the most sense to me.
The scouts Jivish sent to Skalitz to spy on Sigismund said he'd set up camp and was getting ready to storm the castle. And so Radzig is an experienced soldier. He'd surely hold the castle for quite some time.
Unless he's in with him.
What else did the spies see?
Not much of anything. Before they could get close enough, this huge storm started. And you were right. Sigismund has a hell of a lot of soldiers, including all manner of mercenaries. An army like that costs a fortune. Well, anyway, we'll find out when they get here, won't we?
Aye, we will.
Halt! Who goes there?
Lucifer and all his minions. Who else, Rubber?
Ah, there he is. There's Gary Oldman.
There with you?
Yes, sir. He is right here.
What are you doing up so late, Divish? At your age, you need a good night's sleep.
Well, Razzik, you didn't exactly pick the best time for an outing either. In a big hurry?
It was a bit of a scramble, all right. Believe it or not, this tempest is a godsend for me and my men. As my old granddad used to say, better a sore throat than a slit throat.
I'd say your grandfather was a wise man. Your messenger told us what happened.
Messenger?
The lad you sent to warn us.
He's alive? He made it to you?
He's here with me. He only got away.
See, now the blood is off my shirt.
God, a brave young man.
I guess you could say the
Tell me,
rain.
friend, how on earth did you manage to get away?
Thank God for this tempest. When it began, Sigismund's Tatars crawled into their holes and left the storm into the castle for more clement weather. We were able to sneak out right under their noses. The Lord be praised. We wouldn't have stood a chance against them.
Would you like to spend the night in Talmber?
No, no. When Sigismund finds the castle empty tomorrow, he might come looking for us. We'd only be exposing you to danger. Without me and my men, he has no call to attack you.
What will you do then?
We'll march to Ratai. It's only a short way, and there we'll have a better chance of defense and enough room for all of these people.
So some of the villagers survived, I guess.
Bend your knee, Divish. There's no point dying in a battle that's futile.
You're right there.
Is that boy still with you?
Can I come with?
I'm here, sir.
You have courage, lad. That I can't deny. I am sorry about what happened. Would you care to join us?
I'd like to, sir, but first I have to return to Skalitz.
Are you mad? What do you want there?
I can't leave my mother and father. I won't leave their corpses rotting in the street. I'll join you once I've taken care of them.
Don't even think of going back there, you donkey. Are you tired of living?
Quiet!
I'm sorry about your father, but getting killed as well won't help him. Divish, make sure that lad doesn't budge from Talmberg until things quieten down.
Not to worry, friend. Anyway, he's injured and needs to recover. I'll lock him up here as if he were Havel of Baldic.
I see you've grown a thick skin since your tribulation, sir. But thank you. We'll meet again when circumstances are more favorable. Farewell.
Farewell, friend, and good fortune.
Deuces.
My regards to Sir Hanush.
I will. And good luck to you and your people, too. These are dark times. Move out!
Anywhere, people! Move out! It's only a short way to Rattay now!
And basically, I would just lose so much time playing that game. And when I first started this,
Tonight we'll have triple patrols. Sort out the watches between you as always. And if I catch anyone boozing, playing dice or slacking off, I'll personally break every bone in his body. I want you to keep a close eye on everything nearby. Sigismund will surely have sent spies, and likely men as well, to follow the Skalitz people now he knows they've fled. Keep your eyes peeled, and report everything to me at once. Understood?
and when I first started doing blind walkthroughs on the channel here, especially with like Breath of the Wild, I tried to like stay completely focused on the story itself, and I'm not gonna do that with this game. So this walkthrough is gonna go really long because I'm gonna get sidetracked for sure. I think half of the fun of these RPGs is to get sidetracked. So I'm kind of looking forward to once we kind of go on our way and get away. I'm talking, bud, telling a story. So I'm hoping that eventually once we get out of this first phase of the game that we can start exploring and kind of exploring this game together and having a good time doing it. As always, if you want to learn more about these games and how to absolutely just crush them and have a great time doing it, smash that subscribe button, ding that bell. As always, I will put all of the other links to all of the other stuff, including the podcast, The Nerd You're Looking For, in the video description. For Patrick Kuhn, I am the Nerd You're Looking For. Have a good day.
That you need.
I could use an extra pair of eyes, and yours are keen. Will you keep watch at the battlements with my men?
Is that a request or an order?
I'd rather it was a request you answered yes to.
Of course I'll help. I'll have to pay you back somehow after all you've done for me.
Splendid. And don't worry, I'll tell the men to relieve you later.